get up when I wake up, go to sleep when I lay down. I ain't gonna do a thing, hon, but rest and dress and drive around. Yeah, baby, woman, that's the way it's gonna be. Any day now, mama. Yeah, girl, when I wins that lottery. Now I got to play my scratch offs, baby. I got to play my quick picks too. And then I got some secret lucky numbers, girl, that I sure ain't gonna be sharing with you. Watch out, baby. I'm gonna live that life of ease. Any day now, mama. Girl, when I wins that lottery. Bills, baby, I might forget to pay the rent, but you know I got to play my numbers, baby. If it takes my last red cent, I'm sorry, baby. Girl, that's the way it's gotta be. Till that lucky day, mama. Girl, when I wins that lottery.
Yes, how about Wilson Pickett featuring Dwayne Allman with Hey Jude? Woo. Something a little different for you, only on Whoop Radio.
Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let her in your heart. Then you can start to make it better. Hey Jude, don't be afraid. You were made to go out and get her. The minute you let her under your skin, then you begin to make it better. Anytime you feel the pain, hey Jude, refrain. Don't carry the world upon your shoulder. For you know that it's a fool who plays the cool by making the world a little bit colder. Hey Jude, don't let me down. You found her, now go on out and get her. But remember to let her in your heart. Then you can start to make it better. So let it out and let it in. Hey Jude, begin. You waited for someone to perform with. better.
You remember Hey Jude, don't you? I thought it was Hey Jerk. I'm sorry, wrong one.
Jude.
Don't talk about Judes.
A1 hammer and this can that'll ring like mine, that'll ring like mine. Well, roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when the blues won't go? Going on the mountain, oh, to see my baby. I ain't coming back, no, I ain't coming back. Well, roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when the blues won't go? Little dobro. When I die, won't you make my tombstone out of number 9 coal? Out of number 9 coal. Well, roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when the wheels won't go? buddy, don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when wheels won't go?
Cleveland, Tennessee. Here we're live from the Village Green. It's Morning Jive with Jeff and Tom this morning. Get your cup of Joe and let's go.
I got mine.
All right, I got mine too here. Here we go. Coming to you live from the Sweet 57.
Don't forget Sweet 57.
Sweet 57, man. Sweet 57. Whoop Radio.
A suite or two away from the old Hobby Mart. You remember the old Hobby Mart?
Yeah, I do remember the Hobby Mart. Yeah, I sure do. There's a lot of little things that happen here in the Village Green here. So
it used to be the Village Mall. And,
yeah.
We used to come bowling downstairs, you know?
Yeah, I remember going bowling downstairs. I wonder if that thing's still open, or it's not open bowling, but I wonder what's down there.
Now.
It's a
it is. I think
well,
so.
we can have a spa.
Yeah.
What better place to come over to Bald Head Bistro than have a spa area downstairs?
They use it for that workout area for like a pool. I think.
Oh, do they?
That's the rumor I heard.
Okay.
I've not been down there. You could tell by looking at me I'm not worked out in a while.
Speaking of that, I've got a little video coming up here in a little song here. We'll talk about the workout area, okay?
All right.
I'll do that.
Well, we better hurry and get the weather out of the way, Tom, because my computer's about to go dead.
Okay.
It may go dead right now.
I heard it saying something earlier. It's low power.
Low battery. Excuse me, low battery. Okay, 56 degrees outside right now and cloudy, but it feels like it's 2 degrees cooler, 54. It's weird how that happens. And today we're going to have sun and a high of 57. Gosh, we're almost there. You know, we're 56 right now, and the high is going to be 57. And let's see, tonight a low of 36 degrees. And Saturday, sunshine, no clouds in sight, high of 66.
All right. It's going to be nice to get out and work a little bit.
Yeah.
Get some things done.
And Saturday night, a low of 44 degrees. Sunday, high of 68. Looking good through the Easter weekend. It's Good Friday, Tom.
Yeah, it is. It's Good Friday. Good Friday to everybody out there.
Yes, sir.
Most people are off today. A lot of businesses are closed. So I don't know how many people we really have listened to us this morning because everybody's sleeping in this morning. I'm sure.
They might.
We felt like sleeping in a little bit ourselves, didn't we?
Oh, well, I did just a little bit. You can see I didn't do my hard this morning.
Yeah. You hit the snooze button a couple times.
I didn't blow dry my beard this morning. I just came in rough, looking rough. That's why I got my back turned to the camera.
We both did on that part. So I was a little slow myself getting up this morning.
Well, got my cup of Joe, and I'm ready to go.
That's it. All right, let's talk about a little bit of sports here. We had opening day yesterday on baseball. We got Atlanta Braves. They rallied and we had a big win over the Phillies, 8-5. So Atlanta Braves, here we go, starting out a 1,000 mark here. Leading their division. They're tied leading their division.
I quit. They should quit right now. We quit.
That's one thing good about the first day of opening day is that either you're going to be leading first, you're going to be at the bottom.
Yeah.
It's either 1,000 or 0. So split it in half.
Good for the Bravos.
Yeah. It's a good start with them. I still
years past, it's like what the Braves had in common with Michael Jackson, don't you?
What's that?
They both wore one glove for no apparent reason.
Well, anyway, there we go. Popping jokes already. All right. We had a good show yesterday, too. I really enjoyed it yesterday and had some comments that my wife said she really enjoyed it, too. Felt a little more relaxed. But we're not going to take our shirts off in the studio,
Not today,
okay? Not
not
today,
today.
people. Don't think about that, all right? All right, also in basketball, too, we've got women's Final Four tonight. You've got UConn and Notre Dame playing each other at 9:30. And then at 7 o'clock, this is on ESPN, too, 7 o'clock, you got Mississippi State and Louisville. All four number one seeds, Jeff.
Wow.
Number one seeds made it to the finals. So
My money's on UConn.
UConn, yeah. I tell you what, I think it's going to be UConn and Mississippi State. And I believe it's going to be close. I'm hoping Mississippi State will pull it out,
that'd be awesome.
but it's going to be close. But I think those two will be in the final, and there again, I think UConn will come on top.
Sometimes when you get to that stage, it's your experience in those big type games that matters, and so the UConn has a lot more experience than Mississippi State in that kind of game.
Yeah, and then Saturday night, let's follow on Saturday night. We've got the Final Four men's. Lola, Chicago against Michigan here on TV. Lola. I talked about having those bobbleheads.
Goodness, yeah.
I talked about those bobbleheads of Sister Jean.
Mm-hmm.
I asked my wife the other day, I said, well, I need to get one of those things. She said, you're not getting one. I said, why? She said, they're going for $300 on eBay. And I said, you're kidding me, right? She said, no.
Yeah, and once this tournament's over, they're going to be worth $3 or less.
Exactly. So that's Saturday night, and also you've got Saturday night. You got Villanova and Kansas. That'll be a good 2 number one seeds coming out of that division. So the other side, you got 11 Lolans and Michigan's at 3 seed, and the other side you got 2 number ones. So I think Villanova's going to take the whole thing.
Well, I had them in the final game losing to Purdue, but of course Purdue, the Boilermakers are out of it, and so I don't know how that works. Do I get more points if Villanova? I didn't have Villanova winning it all, but since they were the only team that I've got left on my brackets, if they do win it all, do I get more points? I don't know how that works.
Yeah. Also, too, for Coach Reuter. Coach Reuter at Bradley, I want to congratulate him. And I missed it the other day. Basketball City Prep, Coach of the Year for City Prep. So, Coach Reuter, if you're listening, congratulations to you and the Bearcats, what y'all did this year.
Kudos.
Taking them all the way through there and getting to the state.
Finally getting recognized for his good work.
Yep.
You know, the region or the district coaches won't elect him as Coach of the Year.
I can't believe that.
But they're rivals.
Well, 8 years. 8 years, they never elected him. Always elected somebody that's been close to beating him or maybe it slipped up or something, but nobody's beat him.
Maybe he shouldn't beat them all by 20 points or more. You know, maybe that's what it is.
You can't. Well, you got to work harder. That's all I got to say.
Those ladies are, they're coming off the bench, and you're like you said, they're not skipping a beat. They're the ones off the bench are coming in and playing just like the starters are playing.
Yeah, that in that sub-state game, I was really impressed, and like Coach said, he says, "I'm glad you were watching."
Yeah,
and I was watching, and they're really going to have something coming up. Even though they're losing Miss Howard, Miss Basketball, Tennessee Basketball, Miss Gatorade.
Yeah.
But they have a slew of talent coming back, and they're going to be
they're going to be
with.
just
Yeah,
fine.
they're going to be just fine coming off there. So again, Bradley Bearcats, congratulations. Also, shout out to Cleveland Wrestlers also for winning the state traditional and. Wrestling, the state champions on that part. So we got a lot of things in Cleveland and Bradley County we're proud of.
How did they get past Ric Flair and Nature Boy Ric Flair? How did they beat him at their state
Ric Flair, you got to do a 2 clap and a woo. That's a Ric Flair. Let's go.
How did they? If they're state champs, they must have beat him somewhere along the line. How did they do that?
Well, I don't know. It's
what about
like,
Mr. Wrestling number 1 and number 2?
Yeah, you remember those two guys? The white and his mask they had.
I do remember those guys. Yeah.
Intimidated everybody. Big old boys.
And they used to bleed every week. They'd always try to take their mask off, and nobody could ever get their mask off. They'd get it halfway off, and then all of a sudden somebody would come in with a chair and knock them off.
Knock them off so they couldn't see it, yeah. Whatever happened. Hulk Hogan, too. I wonder what he's doing right now. I think he's down in Clearwater still, and down in Florida.
Well, I'm going to see him.
Are you?
That's where we're going. Yep.
Okay, all right. Well, tell him I said hello
yeah,
while you're
I
down
will.
there. So what do y'all, and there again too, everybody, Jeff is going to be out of the studio next week, but I'm hoping he'll be still participating.
Oh, yeah, I
in
wanna
and
call
be
in.
a Paul,
Yeah.
part of the show. But
I can't miss this.
what do y'all got planned?
We're going to go to Clearwater Beach
Okay.
and head down that way and
Yeah.
try to see what all we can get into.
Okay, you don't go to MGM or Disney or anything like that?
Well,
Try to make a
no,
little skip
maybe
around?
Busch Gardens.
Busch Gardens?
It's close by over
Okay.
there. So perhaps. Now, that's a surprise. Don't tell maybe.
Okay, well, she's still in bed right now. So
She is. She's not listening this morning. Her spring break started this morning.
Yeah.
So she's probably not listening. But,
I hope that y'all have a great time. Busch Gardens, they got one up in Richmond, Virginia. I've been to
and
with
she
my dad.
doesn't- even if she heard me say it, she's never been there, so she doesn't know what it's like.
I've been several times with my dad up there, and it's a fun place to go.
Yeah.
It really is.
And then I learned just last night that the Preds are going to be playing down there. They're going to be playing the Tampa Bay team down there, and on Sunday night. So hey, there's all kinds of possibilities.
Yeah.
But don't count on it. I'll probably be good shopping for shoes and purses and stuff.
Oh no! Oh no! It's like the Disney. Woo! Oh no! Purses, shoes, and bras. Purses and shoes and bras. Oh no! Purses, shoes, and bras. Oh no! Almost like the Wizard of Oz. Going
That's a
on there.
long story, but yeah.
All right, Jeff. Let's take let's get a song in here. We talk about working out and stuff. So I got a little playback here. People will recognize this, and we're gonna move it up into the '80s a little bit here. So here we go. Let's get this thing going. Oh, you know this one here, Olivia Newton-John.
Oh, get a little physical.
Physical. Here we go.
You know what I mean.
Saying all the things that I know you'll like. Make a good conversation. I gotta handle you just right. You know what I mean. I took you to an intimate restaurant, then to a suggested movie. There's nothing left to talk about unless it's horizontal.
I'm out of breath, Tom.
I'm out of breath just watching it,
Oh,
man.
my
Those
gosh.
guys there working out. If you've
Yeah.
never seen the video, you need to watch the video on that part.
Yeah, you're
so.
cheating on me over there. I think you're over there just playing music. You're looking at videos over there. You're on the Morning Jive with Jeff and Tom. We just got physical, and I'm out of breath. You're live. Hello, caller. You're on the air.
It's still beeping. You hit the wrong one?
Yeah, I did. Hello, you're on the air. We're out of breath. I'm sorry, I couldn't. I got the wrong button there. You're live on the Morning Jive with Jeff and Tom. Hello.
Hello. Call back, caller, whoever it was.
I hear you on there. There you are.
They hung up. They hung up. All right. Olivia Newton-John.
Yeah, okay. Now, that's, like I was saying, you're over there watching these videos, and I need to be in on that. Yeah, Olivia Newton-John, she was, they're bringing back Grease. Have you heard that?
I haven't. Grease is always a hit.
They're going
for
to do
the
a
ladies
remake.
and
Yeah, do a remake of
It
Grease.
won't be the same without John
Of course
Travolta and
it
Olivia
won't.
Newton-John.
No,
That part.
it can't be. I saw that movie.
Here's a caller again.
I
Call
saw
him
that
back.
movie 7
Well,
times.
nope. Never stop blinking. There it is. There you go.
They're live with the Morning Jive. It's Jeff and Tom. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. It's Edward. It was going to voicemail.
Sorry about
Okay.
that.
Sorry, Edward.
I touched the wrong button there. I'm sitting here looking at Tom, trying to not turn my back on him, and then now I turn my back on the board. So when I turn around there, anyway.
Hit the wrong
Good
button.
morning. Good Friday to you, Edward.
Good morning. Good Friday to you. And him saying he touched the wrong button as an old man. I remember those kid jokes. You know what goes around the button?
What's that?
A buttonhole.
I like it. Yeah.
I like it.
Thank you. Yesterday, y'all commented about Senator Gardenhire's bill and all that. But
Yeah.
stipulations in there. It just wasn't that undocumented children could go to school and pay the in-state fee, but they had to go to school for 3 years and have a clean record, have a B average and better,
Right.
and they had to be a vacancy at the college. Now, some of these colleges need some students in their classes, and it would also possibly help the college if they got some more income. So I wanted to bring some of those other things up.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and that's there were some good sides to that bill, and that's what makes it a little bit controversial, I guess, is because some people are just staunch and don't want to have people that are here illegally get benefits that are afforded to citizens that are here legally, and then just like you said, some of those stipulations, seem to be something that we would want to reward, or something we'd want to try to do, and especially if we're going to fill some seats in some colleges that don't have full enrollment. I get it. It's tough. It's a tough issue. The legislature grappled with it. They've grappled with that one now for 2 years, and I just think it's interesting that Senator Gardenhire and U.S. Representative Diane Black sort of got in a little tiff about it. Did you hear about that?
Oh yeah, I heard a little about that. But the thing about it, he also went on and was stating that if they got an education, they could earn more money and they'd be contribute to society and a different
Exactly.
situation rather than flipping hamburgers.
I see Senator Gardenhire's point, and I know his heart is right. I know the man, and I know his heart is right. It's just it's an issue that some people, reasonable minds can disagree on that issue, and it came, it went through further this year. Excuse me, went further this year than it went last year. And a lot of good ideas, it takes several years to get them through in the legislature. But there's several bills that are just brought back year after year after year until finally.
You just wear them out. Right?
Well,
you just wear them down.
Well,
They say,
I mean,
fine, well, let's get it taken over with.
the times, things change and minds change, and you just never know.
But Ed, I can understand that being a business person myself. You want to grow your business, and schools want to grow themselves, and more money, like you said, that comes into schools. It provides jobs not only for when they get out, but provides jobs for professors. As you grow your teacher base too. So So we understand that. And so,
Well, thanks for taking my call.
okay.
Well, thank you for calling, and
Thank
thanks
you.
for being patient with us.
Hey.
And I'll try to find the buttonhole next time.
Okay. Y'all have a great Easter.
You
All right,
too.
you too. Happy Easter to
Good
you.
Friday to you.
Bye-bye.
There you go.
Yeah,
One of our-
yeah, I appreciate that call. That was a really good call, and he made some very good points
Yeah.
about the bill. And sometimes it's easy just to say, "Oh, I'm against that," but then if you hear it out, it can make a difference. So
Yeah.
I appreciate him bringing up those good points.
Well, we're a country of immigrants anyway, over time. So, I mean,
We are,
we are,
but
you know,
legal,
so- but legal.
immigrants.
exactly.
And there's a lot of folks.
And what about people that actually go through the process
That's
and
what-
actually go through the process and gets it done? And I mean, it's a long, drawn out process and do everything they need to and be, I commend them on that part.
It takes
I really
some
do.
years. It takes some years and a lot of hard work and study. They've got to find out a lot about our country and our history and be able to remember those things. And
Well, just put yourself in their shoes, Jeff.
It makes
If you
it-
were in Mexico and you had a family, knew like maybe you got, and know that maybe had a better opportunity for her in the United States, would you want to take her and be able to prosper a little bit and have her a better life?
Of
We all
course I
do that.
would. Of
And
course I
so
would.
I guess we could look at it that way too.
Well,
Never looked at
sure.
it that way.
But just because I want to do something doesn't mean
But
that
you're
I
gonna-
can do it.
you're gonna
You
try
have to
your
follow the
hardest.
laws. You got to follow the
Yeah,
rules.
that's
I
true.
mean,
That's true. And it goes
That's-
back to illegal voting. Let's go back to, voting illegals. In Mexico, you cannot vote or do anything in Mexico by their laws. Nothing. You cannot vote or nothing.
I just go into your place over there and look
Yeah.
and see. I see those boxes and say I want some, and just go in there and
You've
take
done
them.
that before. And I've given them to
I've
you.
done it legally, though. I did
Well,
it legally.
well,
But
you
what if I
asked.
just looked at them and said I want them to go in there and grab them and
For you, yes. There's no problem. I don't know now about you, but Jesse, yes, I would.
Well,
I'll let her have. Matter of fact, she
I
came out and
know.
picked some last time.
Yeah.
When y'all were moving some stuff around. So.
Hey, let's talk about a few of President Trump's tweets, and hopefully we'll generate some conversation here.
Yeah,
And,
614-5553. That's 614-5553. You're listening to Morning Jive with Jeff and Tom this morning. Get your cup of Joe, and let's call in on some of these topics.
if you agree or if you do not agree with this principle, now I'm not talking about if you agree with the man or the president or like him or whatever. I'm talking policy here. If you agree with this policy or disagree with this policy, we'd like to talk about it. But and this is why I love Twitter, because President Trump can talk directly to me, and I don't get it filtered through anybody else. I know what he's thinking and what he's saying.
It
And,
can be dangerous sometimes.
It can be, but you take the good with the bad, just like a lot of things. Okay, President Trump said, and this was 15 hours ago, Washington spent trillions building up foreign countries while allowing our own infrastructure to fall into a state of total disrepair. No more, with an exclamation mark. It's time to rebuild, and we will do it with American workers, American grit, and American pride.
And American Steel.
That's right. Now I want to know who disagrees with that. We don't want to rebuild our infrastructure. We don't want nice roads and bridges and whatever. And what about the jobs? It's going to create a bunch of jobs. Now, and this is one of the bones I've got to pick with President Obama. He came into office back in his first term with a great opportunity. Tom, he had the media loved him. He was a media darling. The country seemed to just be
It's like the Wizard of Oz.
Goo-goo
Going
over
down the
everybody.
Golden
Everybody was
Brick Road.
goo-goo over him,
Yeah.
He had a clean slate. He had all this, but the economy was bad. It was down. And he had the great opportunity to do what President Trump is wanting to do, and sort of like FDR's New Deal, where he came in and built dams and bridges and roads. Interstates.
Yeah, major interstates.
Came in and created jobs and, built the country up. It was a great opportunity, and I thought, well, that's surely what he's going to do. He's going to model himself after FDR and come and bring this economy back out of the doldrums by creating all those new jobs and creating all this infrastructure. But what did he do? He gave money to buy old cars,
Yeah, and where did the old cars go?
Well, they got scrapped. but it didn't really affect
What
the
are
economy.
they scrapping to? They sell them to China so they can melt them down and sell them back to us?
And then he spent money to give everybody a cell phone. You know, you have a right to a cell phone. So, or, you know,
I need a right to a car. How about that? I got to get to work and back. Can I not have a car? I want a right to a car. I don't want to pay for a car.
Well, if
I
you
need the government out there to provide me a car.
If you see one, just go get it. That's just your
right.
right.
Hotwire it, huh?
If
Just
you want a better life for your family, and the car can give you a better life, you just go get one, man. Just cross the border. Just go over the
I'm afraid I won't be able to come back if I cross the border.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say about, you see what I mean. Yeah. Well, anyway, so that's, what do you think about that? Do you think we should rebuild our infrastructure? I mean,
I do. And I've said that all along. We've said this before, talked about the money sending over across seas for certain things that needs to stay here in the United States and really develop us. We're in our backyard here. You know, we've talked before, and here we go again about the Joe Rogers Basket Fund and the Empty Stocking Fund. There's so many needs in our backyard right here in Cleveland, Tennessee, that we really need to be addressed. And not only here, but we're not the only city or only town or only county throughout the nation. Everybody has the same problem. We need to take care of our own people first.
So
we really do.
Spending millions and millions, probably billions in these countries, rebuilding them and helping their infrastructure, and then they turn around and hate us.
Yeah.
They turn around and want to kill us and, want to bomb us and build nuclear weapons and all that stuff. I mean, where's the logic? I don't understand. But I like that Trump tweet there. And I agree with it. If you disagree, call in. Let us know why. 614-5553.
They build the infrastructure. That's building a wall, too, right?
Yep.
He started that wall. He's going to start that wall out. So, big rally yesterday. We talked about it.
Yeah. All right. Here's a second tweet that happened 15 hours ago. Jobs, 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 all in capital letters. Unemployment claims have fallen to a 45-year low. Together, we are making the economy great again. Can't deny that. The numbers don't lie there. I mean, we have a lot of jobs that are being created. Unemployment is way, way down. Unemployment for African Americans is at the all-time low. Unemployment for Hispanics is at an all-time low. Since they've started recording the numbers, it's as low as it's ever been.
Yeah.
And here in Bradley County, we're enjoying almost full employment, what you would call full employment.
2.9, one of the lowest. And
if you want a job in Bradley County, you probably could find one if you really, really wanted one.
Yeah, you could. But, like Denzo, again, is hiring 400-some people up there, and we got the new industrial park on the south side of town. Big company comes in, where are they going to fill the jobs? Who's going to work those jobs? If a 2.8% unemployment rate, now, if you get a management team coming in, which they normally do, a few families will run the facility. We got another caller here. Run the facility. They would move them. But who are the workers going to fill it? I mean, there's turnover now in both of those in bigger organizations, companies that employ a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it's tough. You're not going to have somebody from Jasper or Decatur say, I'm moving to Bradley County, city of Cleveland, because I'm going to get a job at XYZ company, and then I'm going to uproot my family. I'm going to move away, sell my house and everything. It's not going to happen. We got to find some other way to move people in our community.
I tend to disagree. I think that families move around all the time looking for opportunities.
It's hard to do.
Let's pick this up in just a minute. You're live with the Morning Jive and Jeff and Tom. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Jeff. This is Richard Hughes.
Yes, sir. He's Mr. Hughes Movie Reviews every Friday morning at 7:30. How are you, public defender?
I'm doing very well.
Good to hear from you. What's going on? A good Friday to you as well.
You as well, Jeff.
Are you guys working today?
No, it's a holiday today.
Okay. The courts are closed.
They are.
All right.
Whip Radio's not closed, though. We're here.
And the movie theaters are going to be open all weekend, right?
They are, Jeff. I've got a movie that I liked very well, but it's not a crowd pleaser, Jeff.
Okay.
It's called Unsafe.
Unsafe.
Directed by Steven Soderbergh. Steven Soderbergh is one of our best and most versatile directors. You remember the Ocean 11 remake trilogy?
Oh, yeah.
Traffic, about the American drug war.
Yep, I saw that one.
Aaron Brockovich, very good director. He makes mainstream movies, and then he'll make these odd little experimental movies, and this is one of those. It's Soderbergh's Me Too movement films, Jeff. It's about a young woman, intelligent young woman. She has to leave Boston and moves to Pennsylvania to avoid a stalker. And because of the traumas that she suffered, she goes to a mental health clinic, and she becomes admitted against her will. And it's a 98-minute movie where this woman is a prisoner in this mental health clinic and trying to escape.
Wow.
And it was directed entirely on the iPhone, Jeff. It's hard to believe when you see this movie. Soderbergh experiments a lot with different filming techniques and methods.
Does it make you dizzy? Does it make you does it move around a lot, make you dizzy?
I didn't feel that effect. I thought it was very effective in the scenes at the hospital. It has a kind of a murky, claustrophobic effect that was very effective. But it's an interesting movie. Soderbergh, you remember, Jeff, people you went to school with that were very smart and interesting people, but they're also smart alecks. Soderbergh, he's very, very bright. And it's got a lot of commentary in the movie about the privatization of the mental health system, about men, how some men can be obviously very possessive and disingenuous toward women. So it's got a lot of sly social commentary in the movie. And it's got a cameo by Matt Damon. You know Matt Damon.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I really like Matt Damon. And he has a quote in the movie that I really like. He plays a small role as a security expert. It's invited, and the young woman in the movie, Jeff, her name is Sawyer Valentini. That's a pretty good movie name, I thought. And so there's a small scene where Damon is an expert on security because she's trying to avoid this stalker. And it makes a comment in the movie that probably a lot of people would agree with. He said, see if I can find it here exactly what he said. Or he tells her, he tells her, think of the cell phone as your enemy. Because the stalker, the person, and the person that plays the stalker is very well played too. Passive aggressive creep, and he does a lot of his stalking initially on her cell phone by texting her and emailing her.
Yeah.
Like I said, this movie is not for everyone, but if it is, it's an interesting movie, and I think it's the kind of movie that movie nerds like me that like Soderbergh, they're going to rate very high.
Well,
the average moviegoer, it would be a lot less, probably C or D.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a lot of movies out these days that are faith-based movies coming back as well. Something that had been absent for a long, long time. It seems like
a movie that I do want to review maybe next week is the new movie that's out about Paul the Apostle.
Yes, yeah.
That looks like an interesting movie.
It does. It really does. Well, Richard, we appreciate it. But now you say you give it a C or D for the regular moviegoer, but you liked it a lot better than that. You give it a B for yourself.
Soderbergh fans of his, like you said, his little small experimental movies. He's done several of them. I give it a B plus. For the average moviegoer, it'll be the C, Jeff.
Okay. All right. Unsafe on at theaters right now. And you've heard a movie review from Richard Hughes, and he meets us every Friday morning right here on the Morning Jive with Jeff and Tom at 7:30. So we appreciate it, Richard. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Jeff, for
All
the
right.
opportunity.
You take care.
You too.
Bye-bye. Yeah, and I want to get back now to that interesting topic that we had going on about, jobs and would families relocate or whatever. And, it doesn't have to. Jasper's close enough to where they could drive over.
Okay, we'll go a little further. The people are not going to move 90 miles away. It's a hard sell. It's a hard sell.
Yeah.
Why am I going to uproot? My kids are in school. They got their friends. They're on ball teams. My family's here. I'm not going to, it's a hard thing to do. Now, as a management, you're getting overpaid. You're getting paid and compensated for it. But as a worker, and then 90 days, you don't know if you're going to have a job.
Well, it just
You may
depends-
not work out, and they may
depends
just say,
on
we're
what
going to
your
release
local
you.
economy's like. If you're a certain trade,
Okay.
and your local economy's not doing
How do we
too
get
well,
out and get those people in our community? Are we doing anything to advertise or try to get people to move in because of certain jobs, or is the chamber doing the thing trying to promote them on that part?
I'm sure that there's something going on there. But anyway, I just think we should keep trying to get as many jobs as we can. It seems like if you look at it the way that if you don't think there's going to be anybody to fill those shoes, I think you build it and they'll come. Somehow, some way, they'll come.
You want to know what's going to happen? And I said this about 8
The
years
market
ago.
will demand. The market will.
Well, you know what's going to happen? Robotics. Robotics is going to come in.
Well,
robotics is what's going to do it.
Yeah.
And I just heard the other day Mars is looking at doing that now, making some changes. And more companies are going towards that. And investments up front, but you don't have anybody that's on vacation. They don't take breaks. They don't do this, don't do that. And as the economy scales, as the pay goes up with these, your job rate, it's an old supply and demand.
Mm-hmm.
The supply is low, demand's high, so you can get more money. So remember,
There you
wages is a thing of the past. Wages are going to go up because if you're going to get the top of the crest, you're going to have to pay more, a lot more than what minimum wage is. And then when it gets to a certain level, it'll level it out, and then say, okay, well, it's more efficient for us to get robotics and do things robotics, take people out of the mix.
Right.
And then you're going to have the pendulum will swing. Then you'll get to one point, you'll have more robotics, not enough people, and then it'll have to swing back. You'll have everybody there that's drawing checks. So, a matter of years or century or whatever.
Well,
so
parents and children to take note, but that's where we're headed. So start moving that way and educating yourself.
well,
in
a lot
that
of
fashion,
kids getting out now are technical people, and they want to do those jobs,
Yeah.
and it kind of rolls into hand in hand. Automation's in auto workers and stuff. They've got robotics, and it's a big cost up front, and still going to be jobs out there for your smaller businesses like mine. We cannot fund a robotic and do certain things, but your bigger corporations will do it, and it'll pay dividends in the long run.
Yeah, and then they'll have robots building the robots.
You're exactly right. I mean,
I've
come.
read that. I've read that.
It will come. Well, you remember back in the young days when
Robots
they
are going to take over.
well, Lost in Space. Lost in Space, okay? They travel around out in space. People thought, there's no way you're going to do it. What's Trump going to do? He's going to send people to Mars now. I mean, it happens. We never would travel in space. In the 60s, we did. We went to the moon. So here we go. I mean, it'll come about.
All right, Trump's all about jobs.
Okay,
but
I am too.
And you like the fact that we're bringing jobs back to the United States?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I think it make a healthy and a stronger economy. And if more people pay into it, taxes and stuff, they'll have. It's take them off food stamps. I think there's over 20 million people have been taken off food stamps already, if I'm not mistaken, because of the jobs and stuff we created. That Trump's created in up on the Hill.
Okay, here's an interesting topic. You ready to move on?
I'm ready.
Okay. Amazon and Trump seem to have this thing going on. Jeff Bezos and Trump. Here's his tweet from 23 hours ago. I have stated my concerns with Amazon long before the election. Unlike others, they pay little or no taxes to state and local governments, use our postal system as their delivery boy, causing tremendous loss to the United States, and are putting many thousands of retailers out of business.
Now, Jeff, that was that's in some ways that's a good statement, and a true statement, because they target areas where they don't pay taxes on internet service. I think Tennessee is stood up. They came into Tennessee but wasn't paying it, but I think Bob Corker and some of them, they are paying some kind of tax now.
Well, they have a
on that
heavy
part.
presence in Tennessee.
Yeah, they
Amazon
do.
does,
They do because of that reason. And then Tennessee woke up and said, "Hey, our retail shops." And it was a whole. This has been several years ago. I remember the whole debate about it. It was a disadvantaged retail shops that they have to pay taxes and Amazon doesn't. What's fair for one, fair for the other. So, I just. You're not going to take it away. The convenience of ordering, going out at Christmas time.
Yeah.
I mean, there's more people this year that order off of Amazon and stuff. And Amazon is only about 5% of the market too. So Walmart's still your biggest person as far as retail goes in the United States. They're only about 5 or 10% of it. They're not the big daddy, but they're going to get that away as social media and everything drives that away, and convenience people, and it will grow. It will.
And they're experimenting now in test markets. They're delivering within hours. I mean, you punch your order in on a phone, and then your order's there within hours.
Walmart's counterpunching with that. They're actually got people that install TVs for you and stuff. They've got some markets they're trying that in too. You buy something from them, they'll come and install it for you. So it's just a service. You're trying to get back to a service base. What can I get up? Now, one thing Amazon doesn't have that you go to a department store or whatever, you got somebody there knowledgeable and tells you about certain things, and that you don't get that on Amazon. You see it and you buy it or not buy it on that part. So,
and if they start delivering, Amazon starts using drones to deliver.
Yeah, opening day. That's what we're going to have. We're going to have opening day on drones. People go outside and sit out there and shoot them out of the sky.
What's it going to look like outside?
Hey, only in the South.
No, seriously, what's it going to look like outside if Amazon starts delivering their stuff with drones? I mean, it's going to look like a swarm of things going around and all over
like
the
that
place.
Commercial. The guy coming out of the building, and all these drones flying around. Yeah. It's a car commercial. Everybody's running, scared, and running around. He jumps in his car and takes off. So,
if it accidentally drops something in my yard, is it mine? Do I get to keep it?
Well, if I shoot it down and it drops in my yard, I'm going to keep it. So how are you going to do that?
You really think they'd start shooting them?
I think people will. I think they will. They'll see it flying around, they'll shoot them. I mean, just for the heck of it. What are you going to do?
Oh, my goodness.
You going to be arrested for that?
That'd have to be a crime there.
No. Yeah, right. Flying over my airspace. It's like getting in my yard trespassing. They trespassing over me. Flying over my house. I'm afraid it might crash and hurt my kids, or I've got a birds back there. I'm going to kill my birds, so I'm. 614-5553. That's 614-5553.
Interesting.
Call in. Enjoy the conversation. Give us a debate. We're going to debate some things here. So,
all right, we've got somebody.
Morning Jive with Jeff and Tom.
Sent me a text, Tom. They want us to try to get our mayoral candidates in for a debate here in Whoop Radio.
Okay.
Do you think we can try to get that done? I know we got at least two mayor candidates. We got Kevin Brooks and Coach Dwayne Shriver.
Well, on all fairness, on both of that side, I think we, to me personally, and I've talked to several people about this. Let them come in first and state their case. Give them 20 minutes, and then after both of them do it, they want to come back and debate. Let's debate them on that part. I don't think a lot of people won't debate because it becomes a slugfest on that part, and it really doesn't. I've already thought I had one debate, but the other side denied not to do it because nothing good ever comes out of it on that part.
Nothing good ever comes out of it. People get to know the candidates and the issues.
You see how you're going to fight too. And this person I thought that was going to do it said that nothing comes out of it. And I said, I told the individual, I said, I never thought of you, stepping away from a fight. I mean, this person I know personally would fight to the end of the world for what he believes in. And
I don't consider debates fights. So I think they're just a forum of ideas. We're not going to referee a fight. We're going to have a debate, a civil conversation of ideas, and what sets you apart from each other. Why do you want the job? What do you think you can bring to the job that the other person can't? That's not a fight. That's informing the public so that they know how to vote.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I'm all for it, and I would hope that they would want to do that. And we'll welcome there again, all the candidates out there, you've got an open platform here with Morning Jive with Jeff and Tom to come in. We had Mark Hall in here the other day, and we had Jack Maddox also, so they're starting to trickle in. So we welcome you to have a platform, 15, 20 minutes to talk about what you stand for and you know, what you want to do and those type of things. So just call Jeff or myself, and we'll get it set up for you.
Well, and I'll take the initiative.
We got a caller.
I'll take the initiative to try to get that done. All right. You're live on the Morning Jive with Jeff and Tom. Good morning. Good Friday morning.
Good morning. Happy Friday to you guys as well.
What's going on today?
Well, didn't listen this morning. I work in logistics and shipping, and talking about the drones. UPS now doesn't require a signature. And I was asking about the driver about that. He said that's what they're gearing towards as well. UPS is apparently gearing toward the drones as well. You know, if you get a package, you have to sign for it.
Yeah.
But UPS is tapering away from that. I suppose getting ready for the drone drop. Yeah, and I'm like you. I can't wait to open season. I got a bunch of shotguns. I'm just
hey, on in the South. And we'll see what we get for Christmas that year, right? Oh, it's birthday time. Let's see what I go out and shoot give for my daughter for birthday.
Well, now those things are going to have cameras on them, too. They're going to see you aiming at them.
I don't care.
You can't invade my airspace. Boom!
well, you'll have to get in camouflage.
Oh no, I'm just going to get the hoodie on. You won't be able to tell who I am. Well, that's part of it. You know, talk about logistics and stuff, and talk about not signing for packages. What happened out in Texas? You know, people leaving stuff on the doorsteps, and a lot of people got hurt, but they finally caught the boy that did it. So, you know, got to watch out for those brown boxes sometimes.
That's right.
Can you just imagine what the skies are going to look like if, you know, UPS, FedEx, and Amazon and Walmart and all of them are delivering packages by drones? I mean, it's going to look like you're not going to be able to enjoy the sky anymore. It's just, you know, buzzing around and swarming.
Yeah. Yeah.
We won't be able to get a suntan, will we?
No, exactly right. Oh, I will.
Going back one conversation right before this, you guys were talking about the Bradley County, the economics and so forth. My wife and I, we moved up here to pastor a church. We moved from Mobile.
Okay.
The rate of, matter of fact, we've been in several different states. It seems like at Bradley County, the rate of pay is lower than anywhere else we've been, for, you know, comparatively to other states and other towns. Is that something you guys have recognized or no?
Well, I think that wages are relatively...
The cost of living is a lot lower, too.
Yeah.
And your taxes are lower in a lot of places in the United States, even in Tennessee, one of the lowest tax bases. So it doesn't take much to provide for on that part. So
Hey, we were cited the other day as one of the top country or cities, Cleveland, Tennessee, one of the top cities in the nation to retire with $1 million.
Yeah.
That you could go further in Cleveland, Tennessee than anywhere else.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we were up against every city in the country, and we were.
So how long you been in town? How long you been here in Cleveland? Right.
2 years.
2 years. You enjoy it?
Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful county. The wife works at the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, she really enjoys it.
Yeah. And what brought you to Cleveland, Tennessee, or Bradley County?
It's pastor.
Okay. All right.
Great. Well,
Yeah.
we're glad you're here, and it's Good Friday. It's a good day today.
Happy Easter.
Our Lord and Savior was crucified today.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Okay, guys, I appreciate the conversation. You guys have a great Easter,
All right.
and God bless.
All right. God bless you too.
Have
Thanks
a great,
for calling.
Great weekend. Thank you.
All right, Jeff, let's go to a song here. I got a little James Brown here. Let's crank it up here a little bit. I'm feeling good this morning. It's a Friday, Good Friday, people. Let's get up and get a cup of joe and let's go. You're listening live to Morning Jive with Jeff and Tom. Enjoy.
So good, so good. I got you. I feel nice. A sugar and spice. I feel nice. A sugar and spice. So nice, so nice. I got you. a sugar and spice. So nice, I got you. When I hold you in my arms, I know that I can't do no wrong. And when I hold you in my arms, my love can't do me no harm. And I feel nice, a sugar and spice. I feel nice, a sugar and spice. So nice that I got you. Wow, I feel good. I knew that I would not. I feel good. I knew that I would. So good that I got you. So good that I got you. So good, I got you.
Yeah. There you go. A little James Brown this morning. I'm feeling good.
It sort of doesn't sound like he feels that good. I mean, he sounds like he's in pain sometimes.
Yeah. We got a
Good
call.
morning. You're live with the Morning Jive. Jeff and Tom. Good morning. Good Friday morning.
Good morning, Jeff and Tom. How's it going?
Doing well.
Super.
I got a little story to tell you about Easter's coming up. It's a little cute story. Me and my brother used to have a little dog, and they would go hunt Easter eggs for us. And it would not eat one unless my brother said eat it. But the only problem it had, he couldn't crack it. So what it did is it put his mouth and started spitting out the shells. This dog would actually go hunt Easter eggs and bring them back to us.
Are you pulling our leg?
This is a true story.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't eat unless you told it to.
Yeah, it wouldn't eat one. And then when it didn't know how to crack them, so what I did, it put it in his mouth, then he just started spitting out the shells.
Yeah.
So like sunflower seeds. So like I eat sunflower seeds.
I'll tell you what, it's gone now, but I actually called it Speckles because it was a solid white dog, had a black eye, and it had speckles on it, black spots on it.
How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a great dog.
You should have put that on America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yeah.
No, I didn't think about that, but it's. But anyway, I thought you guys get a kick out of that. But,
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
We appreciate you, Bullet.
All right, guys. You guys have a good Easter, and we'll talk to you.
Yes.
All right, you too,
glorious
Bullet.
Easter.
Appreciate
Yes, sir.
everything what you do for the veterans too.
Yes,
Thank you.
sir.
Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
All right,
Tom,
Jeff.
it looks like our Highway 60 proposal is on course.
It is.
Georgetown Road.
There's a little confusion with that thing. I think it.
We live out that way. So
we live out
travel
that way,
long.
but they were talking about taking it out a little further, and there's different phases this thing's going to go through. The first phase is down to Hopewell, back into town, that area. And then there's another phase, take it to 58, which is a 3-lane that's down the road, and then all the way to the Tennessee River at that point. So it's
Right now, this phase, it's just going to Eureka Freewheel Road.
Right past Eureka. It's going to go up to the base of the hill as you're going up. So it's going to go out a little ways further on that part. So it's on schedule.
So that it'll narrow down past the intersection.
Yeah, it'll narrow down. They'll go 3 lanes after that eventually.
Traveling that road every day, I'm noticing there's some stakes placed in the yards and different places lining up. It looks like they're sort of measuring for utilities or something like that.
No, that's for land rights, and they already started that. They should be finishing that up here coming up by the end of this year, I think. And then that project will probably start sometime in next year in the fall or something like that. As soon as they inquire, they got parcels of property they got to inquire. It's 115 people they have to deal with. The state has to deal with to buy their property rights and stuff.
Yeah, well, now I noticed that those same stakes were on the other side of the road for a while. Now, what's up with that?
It's the same thing. It's just right-of-ways they have to have. It's not only the road, but the orange is the road from my understanding, and the white stakes is a right of way. They have to have so much right of way from the road also.
So they're going to take on both sides.
They're going to take on both sides on that part. Utilities got to be moved. Cleveland Utilities is going to be a part of that. I talked to them the other day about that. It'll be a big project. It's going to be a huge project. You just have to bear with us. It's going to take 2 or 3 years to get through it, and there's going to be a lot of hollering and screaming. But it's just, for things to progress and get better, you have to give up some things at first. But in the long run, it will be a lot better.
Yeah,
whole lot better on that part. So
I'm wondering about those businesses along there. The new McDonald's that just opened.
Well, they
up
set
over
it
there.
back enough. If you notice, they set it back enough. They're going to take that house down the corner with the pond, and that's what we referred to in the paper the other day about a pond. I think Commissioner Kaywood was talking about on that part. If you notice, you can see the McDonald's, and you can see out front they didn't sod or anything because that's a right of way.
Yeah.
It's going to take it through there.
I'm not so worried about the property. I'm more concerned about the business.
Well, you got some
People will
homes.
avoid that.
You got some
area.
homes that they're going to lose some homes in some neighborhoods, real nice neighborhoods going down through there.
Yeah.
And those businesses there where Villa Drive is, most of those are going to have to go too. And the bank there will probably be saved a little bit, but I don't know about how much parking they're going to have. So
Well, they're not going to condemn those buildings, are they?
They're going to have to. It goes right through the parking lot there. They won't have any place to park. They'll have to take those buildings too, more than likely. On the neighborhood before those buildings there in the Cleveland Middle School, I forget the name of I should know it, but there's 2 homes. The first 2 homes in there will have to be demolished. They have to take those homes. So
Yeah.
it's going to take some. Take some doings on that part. So
Looks like a heyday for a lawyer like me.
matter of fact, when
I'm a property rights lawyer.
Well, matter of fact, it's funny you said that because when they had when TDOT came out, Cleveland Middle School, and they had about 7 or 8 people to talk about people, to confront them, the people, the landowners and stuff, to really sit down with them and tell them what they were going to do.
Yeah.
There was some attorneys there. And they were sitting around different places, and they wanted to represent these individuals to do that. So it was kind of a
Really?
shoot a fish in a barrel type thing. Yeah,
My goodness.
yeah.
I
So
missed an opportunity there. Huh?
yeah, you did. You apparently did.
They,
and I didn't realize the first time I've been to.
They pass out cards and everything?
But, well, they were positioned sitting around at different tables, and with different.
Oh, they had a
people.
booth.
No, they didn't have a booth. They didn't have a booth, but they were well recognized, and I'm not going to say who it was, but they were well recognized. The group was, so it's part of it. And
Yeah.
they've done it in the past, and I'm sure they'll continue to do it in the future. Something you might want to look at and keep up with.
Well,
with things like that.
I do that
part.
too.
All right, all right. Well, Jeff, let's.
Our week has come and gone, Tom. It's just really
We're
amazing.
going to go a little overtime here. You got any place to go?
I do have a place to go.
I got some things
to
I wanted to talk about, but I guess
We can talk about it next week. See, this is the fastest hour in radio right here.
Yeah.
The fastest hour in radio.
All right. All right, then. Here we go. We're going to put a little bit of air for my wife here. Some little Rod Stewart from her. Rod Stewart was a big hit for her. Denise, if you're listening out there, I love you, gal. This is for you. And I'll put this out there for Jessa, too, for Jeff. How about that? We're going to make a double. We're going double date. How about that?
Well,
double date.
Jessa hates Rod Stewart.
Well, Denise doesn't. Forever young. This is for you, babe. I love you. I'll see you. I can't wait to see you in a little bit. Enjoy. You're listening to Morning Jive with Jeff and Tom. We'll be back Monday at 7 o'clock. I'll be here in the studio by myself, but Jeff will be calling in. He'll be on vacation, so we'll see you then. Have a great Easter.
And may sunshine and happiness surround you when you're far